Hey guys, welcome back to Momster Mash, the podcast where horror, motherhood, spirituality, and all things delightfully strange collide. Today's guest is someone I've been really looking forward to chatting with. She's known as Astro Queen, an astrologer with a sassy, down to earth approach to the stars who's passionate about helping people better understand themselves through astrology. Not only that, but she's a fun, fierce, and fabulous mom. So whether you check your horoscope every morning or you've always wondered what all the fuss is about, I think you're really going to enjoy this conversation. Welcome, Astro Queen. How are you?
I'm good, darling. How are you? You look fabulous today.
Thank you. Thank you. This is like the very first Momster Mash video pod. So thank you for being my first guest. My guinea pig. Thank you.
Not a
Thank you so
problem anytime.
much. Okay. So tell us about yourself. Who is Astro Queen? How did you become the Astro Queen?
Jesus. Okay. So, like,
Is it the Astro Queen? It's the Astro Queen. You're the one and only.
story time. So, about 9 years ago, I was scrolling on Facebook, as one would do when they're bored. And I came across a couple of now old friends of mine, and they were doing a tarot spread. Now, mind you, I was raised Jehovah's Witness, and my dad was just kind of one of those people that's like, go to church on Sunday, Appalachian Southern shit, right? So I had looked into like Wicca when I was 16, and my dad shut that shit down real quick. Like he's like, "You're not doing that shit in my house," and I was like, "You're a boomer." So, um, 11 years later, here it comes again, and this time I jump all forward because now I'm grown and I pay taxes, and my old man can't tell me what to do. So like yeah, it went from there and then I discovered astrology. So I first started with tarot and then quickly I discovered astrology and my neurodivergent Virgo self was just like, wait, what? So I nosedived into it. But here was my problem, and this is part of my brand. Whenever I would hear people talk about astrology, it was always Taurus ingresses into fucking Mars or some shit like that. Mars to Taurus or some like very like astrologically coded fucking wording. And it was just like, bro, can't you just say Mars moved into Gemini? Like, for real? Like, does it have to be so goddamn official? Like, do you feel better when you talk like your nose is 10 feet in the air? And so I taught myself astrology. I did lots of research, free guides for y'all, free resources, Mercury retrograde, free resources if you want to know them and you're watching the podcast, which you should be because Momster Mash is cool as fuck. So, like, the complete guide to astrology by Louise Ellington. It's free on Kindle if you have the Kindle subscription, but it's $10 if you don't. Not a big deal. A free resource is Astrology King. You can find any transit, any natal placement, any fixed star, any asteroid. You can find anything the fuck you want on astrologyking.com, right? And then, shameless plug time. You can go to
Yeah.
www.spiritually-southern.com, go to Astro Shop and buy my astrology guides. And I have cool deals if you sign up for my newsletter. So here's the deal, right? I did all the research and I was like, there's got to be a better way to explain astrology in a way people can fucking understand it. And I couldn't find anybody. So I became the person. Hi, my name's Astro Queen. I'm the queen of keeping astrology simple in a way that you can understand and anti-fear astrology so that way you're not scared of your chart because your chart is not a monster. Your chart is a guide, baby. Learn how to use it.
That's right.
So
Learn how to use that energy. Then, and you know what? This is what I like about you. You're not gatekeeping at all. In fact, you try to make it so accessible that I feel like sometimes I feel like you give a lot more than you know what I mean. I feel like you're very open to giving things for free, like just every, what is it, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday you do like a free live on TikTok.
I sure do at 12:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I do free education lives. And listen, astrology changed my life. Astrology has fixed my marriage, has saved the
Wow.
relationship with my children, has saved the relationship with myself. And just knowing who I am and kind of what my life looks like and knowing the transits, it really helps me navigate life in a way that's easy for me to understand. And I feel like that information and that level of freedom should be accessible to everybody in a way that they can understand. Now, my time is not free, so I charge for my readings and I charge for consultations and shit like that. And like one-on-one education sessions with me, yes, but that's not the astrology you're paying for. That's my time. That's my effort. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like astrology should be easily accessible, and I try my best to do it in every single way I can because this shit, like, it was hard for me to learn all this shit, and I want to put it in a place that makes it easier for people to learn, so that way they're not spending 9 years like going after website after website after website, fact checking information, watching YouTube videos, doing this, doing that. I try to
Yeah,
make it a
yeah.
one-stop shop for the people who follow me. So there's that.
But you give them bang for your buck for sure, for sure. What do you think? So you have clients, and what's the biggest misconception that people have about astrology? Like, what are you finding with your clients? What's their biggest misconception?
That like when that their chart is scary. I've had so many people come to me and go, I know my chart is scary, or I know my chart is bad, or I know my chart is, awful, and it's just squares and all this shit. And I was like, damn, what a way to say your life sucks. Like, that's so, that's sad to me though. Like, your chart is not scary just because it's got squares and oppositions. Listen, most of the most prominential people, I'm talking people like Oprah, Steve Jobs, Keanu Reeves, all of these prominently very rich, very successful people have charts made of nothing but T squares and grand crosses and shit, right? Which is all red. So, yeah, like squares, oppositions, conjunctions, they can be challenging and they can be hard, but they're money transits. Like, why would you look at that like that's bad? Oh, wait, because a crap astrologer told you it was bad. That makes sense.
Mm. So basically, if your chart looks like it was hacked, slashed, and murdered,
Yeah.
it's a good thing.
Yeah, pretty much. Your chart is great no matter what it looks like, but I'm not gonna lie to you, if it's filled with sextiles and trines, I'm a little sus of you. No, I kid for the people with sextiles and trines. I'm not sus of you. I just know that sometimes it's a little harder for you to learn lessons because you have nothing but easygoing energy in your chart. With squares and with like squares and oppositions and some gnarly conjunctions, like you have to learn those lessons. Those are challenging and hard placements. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. It sounds like a little bit of past life, kind of like, maybe I'm getting a little ahead of myself here, but sounds like it's kind of
It very
influenced
well
by past life,
it
you
could
know?
be. And your draconian chart definitely is because that's about the nodes.
Okay. Okay. So astrology is more than just a sun sign, right?
Oh God, yes. Oh my God. I hate pop astrology for that fucking reason. Sun sign, if you get nothing else from this podcast, sun sign astrology is the devil. Period, point blank. Welcome to Spiritually Southern. Look, like, you know what I mean?
And that's why I love you, girl. So,
But yeah, I want to hear, like, I saw, like, you gave me some questions. Like, any good podcaster will give you questions. Momster Mash is the best, so it makes sense. But, like, you gave me a list of questions. I want those horror movie questions now.
you want them now?
I
Oh
want them
my God.
now.
Okay. Okay. So just for funsies, let's see. Which zodiac sign would survive a haunted house?
Definitely Gemini, because Gemini would be talking their ear off so much they left, not you.
That'd be me. I'd be like, so why'd you decide to try to kill me?
Right. Like, what
um,
about me of all people? Like, what's wrong with you? What kind of therapy do you need?
do you want to talk? Here, come here. I'd be like, come on, come, please, go it. You want to see some of my brain? Here, open, look. Um, okay, so which sign would most likely accidentally summon a ghost?
Also Gemini.
I knew it.
Or,
I knew you were gonna say that.
wait, or Sagittarius, because Sagittarius would be the one, or Aries. I could see Aries doing it too. But Aries would be like, fuck it, let's just see what happens.
I know plenty of Aries. Yeah. I think, well, is Aries, never mind. I'll keep going. Which sun sign's opening up the cursed book?
Capricorn, because they believe it won't work. You know I'm
That's my brother to a T. Mm-hmm. He'll be like, "Oh, please, I'll read the Kandarian incantations. Here I go. Ade, no, you know."
right.
Okay. So, which is the sign in a horror movie where it's like very dangerous? They're stuck in a forest somewhere or in a haunted house. I keep using that haunted house trope, but and they say, "Let's split up. Let's split up." Who's
I definitely think that would be some Libra shit to do. Because Libra's watching everybody else to see where they go and see if they die, so that way they don't go down that way.
That's evil? What zodiac sign would make a great character, like a evil character or villain?
Honestly, Gemini. Think about it for a sec.
Gemini.
Think about it for a second, though. Chucky, one and two, like you got to think about Mercury, right? Mercury is whimsical and fun, especially when it's in its home sign of Gemini. So, like, yeah, that's the one that's coming up with the random ideas. You can't keep up with Gemini and what they're gonna do. They're just gonna do it, right? It's kind of like that Aries energy, but more childlike, whimsical, and fun, which is again why I associate it with Child's Play and Chucky.
See? And I think we talked about this. He improvises.
He
He
does.
improvises. He's very creative with his skills. For such a little stature, he uses it to his advantage. So
Agreed.
I like that idea. What about Freddy? What about Freddy Krueger? Who's my favorite slasher?
Pisces.
Pisces?
I mean, he literally
So you're right.
operates in dreams, like, and he's very ethereal, and he's somebody, it's like Pisces energy follows you. I mean, think about the last, like, couple of years ago when Saturn was in Pisces and all those lessons that were really fluid and really ethereal, and you were just like, motherfucker, make it stop. Like, you know what I mean? And it
Yeah.
follows you, and no matter what you do, it's like an energy that lingers, right? That's why
Yeah.
Pisceans are closely related to Manny Pixic Dream Girl and Neptune and all of this, because once they're in your life, you don't forget them, and that's Freddy Krueger to a T.
Yeah. I love Freddy. Sorry. My children are Pisces, so now I know that they're
Right?
Freddy Krueger and I'm Chucky. Um,
That's
do you
awesome
think
though.
yeah, yeah, well they're very imaginative and they're very, so I really like that for Freddy. How about Michael Myers?
Hollow.
Strong silent
The
type.
Halloween movies, like I never got too hard behind Michael Myers, but I definitely would have to put him as a Taurus. Definitely. Strong, silent, methodical, comes out of fucking nowhere, doesn't do bullshit, is just like wham. That's
Yeah.
very Taurus
He
nature.
walks everywhere.
Hmm.
Walks everywhere. You never see him run. He just walks and stalks. So slow and steady wins the race.
Exactly.
But do you think certain like horror fans have certain astrological placements in common?
I definitely think they've got some Gemini placements because Geminis are always very curious. Um, I'm staying away from stereotypical shit like Scorpio, but Scorpio would be another one. Um, like definitely I could see Virgos being about it, but Virgos are going to be the ones that find the thousand things that are wrong with the fucking movie. Um, like
They're like, that's not real.
that's not
That's
real.
not real.
That wouldn't happen. Definitely I could see Aquarius being about it, but Aquarius will probably be high right alongside Pisces. So, yeah, like I could see Cancer being about it. But Cancer would cry when the animal dies,
Cry too.
right? But a person,
I can't handle the animals dying. That's one thing in horror movies that, ugh, they always have to survive somehow. Like at the end, you'll see them with like a little bandage on or something.
right?
But I don't know. I just strive for that hope. I
Me
just
too.
the thing.
People dying? Fuck it. Animals dying? Fido? Not Fido, motherfucker. I'm coming for your lunch money. Like,
Yeah, no, that, but there's something very comforting about horror films and horror movies in general. I mean, especially the ones from, like, for me, I love 80s horror. I love, anything having to do with demonic possession. Hello, deconstructing Catholic over here. But,
see, for
the people love things that they can come back to, and horror movies just tend to be one of those things that I put on in the background, and I'm cleaning the house, doing whatever
I
you
love
know
that for you. See, for me, like I'm an 80s horror girly, but anything after that, I'm not interested in. And I have a very active imagination. So I actually have to be careful about what horror movies I watch because I will experience them in my dreams later. And then I'll wake up in a cold sweat and I'll be like, motherfucker, I shouldn't have watched that shit. Like,
So are there any other, like, 80s horror movie villains that you'd like to kind of?
I don't remember his name, but the Texas Chainsaw Massacre guy, he's definitely
Leatherface?
Leatherface. Yup, he's definitely a mix between goddamn Scorpio and Taurus, for damn sure.
Wait, Scorpio?
Scorpio, think about that motherfucker holds a grudge forever.
Oh,
That motherfucker,
well, yeah.
yeah, that motherfucker holds a grudge forever. That one, like, I gotta be real. Scorpios will hold a grudge on you forever. And honestly, there's a little bit of Virgo in Leatherface too, because that motherfucker's petty, and we all know it. That was a new. I watched the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre that came out. Like I watched it. I wasn't
My face, sorry.
like I
I mean, yeah.
oh it's cool. Like I didn't wasn't really the biggest fan of it either compared to the 80s. I'm gonna be honest with you. But like when he cracked that guy's knee because he was trying to hide, I was like, how very Virgo of you.
Petty McPeckerson.
Right.
But, well, what is it about 80s horror that just, because there are a lot of people that just like 80s horror. They're not really into, like, the 90s horror. 90s horror is like, I don't know. For me, a lot of 90s horror is like too sleek, too teeny boppish, too, like, I Know What You Did Last Summer. Granted, it's supposed to be like a really great film. I don't see it, never saw it, but there are some really good horror movies that came out of the 90s, but they all tended to be the same after a while. But what do you like about 80s in particular, 80s slasher horror?
My husband. I was not originally a horror fan, as you can tell, like nightmares and stuff, but my husband loves horror movies. And I was like, I will try and watch a horror movie for you. Right. And so the 80s horrors were the one I could handle. And that's a bonding activity we have together. Like if I'm by myself alone with my preferences, horror ain't it. Right. But if I'm with him, and he's my Pisces Gemini. So like, yeah, when I'm with him, I'll watch them, but if I'm alone, I'll pass. Like,
That's okay. It's not for everybody. See, me, I'll watch The Exorcist for fun. I'll go to sleep.
now I like The Exorcist though, but that's on the spiritual component. Like the spiritual movies like The Conjuring, The Exorcist, all
Oh,
of
you like
those.
that?
Yeah, because then my Virgo goes, okay, nah, I know damn well that shit ain't really happening, and that's not how that works. So this is a movie. I can watch this. Like,
Wait a minute. It's not horror per se, but are you a fan of The Craft?
mm,
Because I know, well, I don't mean to, like, I'm a new broom for like 2 years in, but my godmother's Wiccan. What can I say?
I
It
feel
would,
I
it would
feel
happen.
I feel that, but when I get new brooms who think that the craft is actually the craft, like you know, as a new broom that that is just a movie, right? If you can stay in the context of that's just a movie, then I don't mind the craft, right? But the reason I have such like feelings about the craft or practical magic or any of these other movies is because new brooms will
Mhm.
come in and they'll be like, I want to put the lime in the coconut. And I'm like, you're not ready to put the lime in the coconut, motherfucker. You ain't even learned how to cast a circle. Like, so
coconut down. You shouldn't even be touching that coconut. It's
Right.
cultural appropriation.
Right.
Anyway,
That part.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, oh, please. I could go down like a whole rabbit hole about cultural appropriation and all kinds of stuff, but right now I'm sticking to the movies. But so have you seen any movies? Oh, did you see the new Tarot movie? It was a horror movie about tarot.
I have not,
It
but
was
now I want to.
literally called Tarot.
I have not, but I
Yeah,
want to now.
girl, it's in the same vein as like kind of like, like a little 80s, not
Ooh,
80s, 90s. It's like 90s teeny bopper kind of Gen Z kind of horror.
I'll try it. I can't knock it till I try it.
Yeah, no, it wasn't scary at all. It was just, you know, and first of all, the girl was playing with a tarot deck that wasn't hers.
I'm about to say we're some beanie bop and heathen asses playing with shit they didn't fucking understand. Is that the whole premise of the movie?
Exactly.
There you go.
Pretty much. Yeah. So as all horror movies, especially the 80s ones, like, come on.
I feel that.
Like, stop having sex in the woods. Stop doing drugs. Don't you know Jason will come and get you?
Okay, listen now. Like I have to fight you at having sex in the woods because look.
No comments.
No comments at all. But yeah, like one thing when talking about astrology and keeping it in the realm of like watching entertainment, watching horror movies, watching movies in general, right? It's fun to compare sun signs for astrology, like in terms of these movies. But what I really want
Mhm.
to talk about is these moon signs because Jason has definitely some Cancer moon vibes going on with how he's attached to his mama. And he's definitely got some Aries Mars because that motherfucker's impulsive as fuck.
Definitely not ADHD at all.
Right.
He's like he's got it.
I
I'm
agree.
I'm afraid of he's not my favorite.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I
He
don't
creeps me out a little bit.
yeah, he creeps me out too. Like I listen, I double check lakes now. I'll tell you that much. I'm like,
Is there anything under there? Is there anything chained?
is there a person like is there any weird moms around?
There's two right here. Sorry.
I feel
But
that. I love being in the company of weirdness.
I like to say I'm weird, but I'm probably like,
I'm an
because I'm
Aquarius
old.
moon, so I'm definitely weird as fuck and out here.
um, so can somebody, I don't know, do you follow any witch talk drama at all? I think you did a
I
post.
try fucking hard not to, but I can't help but have seen some of it this week. What's up?
I I really don't understand witch talk drama. And honestly, like it was just like in the last couple of weeks that I realized there was witch talk drama. Um,
It's ego based. I used to be a part of that crew back in 2019 to 2021, 2022 ish. If you knew me back then, I am so fucking sorry. Like, but
no,
like,
I just found you through my friend Madden Craft.
ooh, I
Julie.
love that. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, like for the people watching this, if you knew me from those times, I'm so sorry. There are probably some cage rattler videos strolling around TikTok somewhere, my 9-part series on somebody, because you know how that goes.
Mhm.
It's really ego based. It's very much I need to be right based. There's also I need to have this aesthetic for my following thing, right? And there were good conversations happening about racism and misogyny and how to use our words. And then it just evolved into getting blackmailed and doing all kinds of shit. Because, yeah, that shit got fucking wild. Some of the shit I saw, I was like, let me just put off my phone because this is where I work and I'm not trying to be here for all that. So, like, but yeah,
Yeah.
no,
No.
it's the same shit. Ego and needing to preserve a following and make money. And what unalot, oh god damn it, I'm saying TikTok words. What kills me about it is like, you
Yeah,
know,
you don't have to. I
right,
want it unfiltered.
right,
Unfiltered.
unfiltered. So yeah, like when it comes to the witch talk drama, the main proponent of it is the fucking people watching the shit. And it's like they're bored, they want to get out of their head, it's drama, it's shit they can focus on that's not themselves, and it's just everybody's like, when is the witch talk shit gonna end? When humanity gets off the internet.
That's pretty sad.
Well, I mean, it's the human condition, right? Think about it. When you're having a bunch of shit going on in your life and you see somebody else having a problem, what's the first thing you say? Okay, my life ain't so bad now.
Yeah, well, that's why I watch horror movies.
Right?
I could be getting hacked into pieces, but I'm not. I could be turning into a werewolf right now, which is really sad, but it looks painful. Anyway, I'll shut up. Anyway, but still,
Listen, I would want to be a werewolf too. Like, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'd be willing to go through that.
I would. That I mean, that's my favorite monster. But I digress. I just don't understand witch talk drama at all. Like it's people you don't know, people you'll never be able to beat up. But I guess that's what, you'll never get into a physical altercation. You're not face to face with the people. So where's the trade off on that? But that's probably what attracts people to that kind of drama. But the latest one, I guess, I don't know, some girl, her name is Alex Reed's
Yeah,
Tarot.
that's the one I was talking about where there were good conversations happening, and it's I believe the characters are and Charm. Fuck, I'm trying to remember names. Like, I know there's somebody named Ruby in there, and the only reason I remember that is because Ruby is my kid's like birthstone, so that one's easy. And there's somebody named Sag in there, and I only know that because astrology. And then
Mhm.
everybody else, I have no fucking clue who's all involved in that mess. And I'm gonna be honest with you, as long as it ain't Astro Queen, I'm good.
Yeah, as long as you stay, I mean, I just feel like you keep your nose to the grindstone. You have something that you're building over here. You're not letting that kind of drama touch what you have and what you're building with your following and with your clients. But what I was trying to get to was like Alex or whatever. I think this she's some TikTok influencer who recently turned to Christianity. And that's not why people are upset all up in arms. It's because she was doing this while she was supposedly still reading tarot or something. And what I'm trying to ask you is, do you think somebody can still be religious and still like astrology and still do tarot?
I mean, there's
Like,
Christian witches that exist that do it, right? So the nuance
Mhm.
of this conversation is from what I have seen and what I've heard, Alex Reed's tarot was going through all of this while just like thinking about, am I a Christian or am I this? Which girl, why didn't you just buy a pack of Angel Oracle cards? They sell them by the fucking dozens. But whatever. Like, and then she went in an alt-right direction, is what I heard. I'm not sure that's true,
Oh.
but like, yeah, Christian wishes exist, and I understand people have religious trauma, and Christianity has been linked to a part of white supremacy. I totally get that, right? But
But it's not Jesus' fault.
I feel like people, the institution of Christianity, before old white men got a hold of it, and I'm talking like way
Mhm,
back in the day,
mhm.
Rome, Spain, Portugal, right? Before old ass white men got a hold of it, I feel like Christianity has links to the Sumerian culture and religion. And a lot of the shit that's in our Bible now was not in their original Bible. And people need to remember that it's not the institution itself, but the people within the institution that have bastardized the institution and made it into the monster that it is today. That's just my. I will never tell somebody their trauma is wrong. I will never tell somebody how to speak about their trauma, though, because that's spiritual bypassing and that shit's fucking gross. But I do think it's kind of ironic that we all got shit from Christianity because we left the religion, and now we, as a collective group of people who got bitched at for leaving Christianity to go to a religion we want, are now bitching at somebody else for going back to Christianity.
And well, first of all, well said. Second of all, she's like 20.
Right? 22.
She's gonna go back and forth. Oh, 22?
That's what I've heard. I
She's
don't know if
going
that's true,
she's
but
not even a full adult yet.
right.
So to me, your brain doesn't stop developing until after you're 25. So, like, leave the poor child alone. Like, let her do her thing. Was she taking money from people? I have no idea. While she was a Christian or pretending that I don't know. That's none of my business. But I just think, there. I know some Christian witches, and I, I'm I don't know. I just think that I think it's like a bunch of bullshit, and everybody should just let everybody else do whatever they need to do to be them,
That part.
because you want the person to be happy.
That
You want the person to be happy. You know, they're not always there for your entertainment, but whatever. How do you? Oh, but but then there are also other people who are very skeptic about what you do, about uh witchcraft, about alternate religions. How do you handle a skeptic? Have you had any skeptics?
I have. And what I tell them is, listen, you don't have to believe what I believe, but I believe what I believe, and you believe what you believe. And if you don't want to believe what I believe, then you are in the wrong goddamn place. Block button. Like, and I'm being for
Has
real.
anybody ever come onto your lives like that?
Uh-huh. I've had a couple of them. Now, some of the ones that were respectful and were asking questions, I answered. And one of the biggest questions that I get is, how do planets actually affect us when they're so far away? And my response to them is, the moon controls the bodies of water, and like we're 70% water. So the moon regulates our emotions. And if the moon can do that, who says other planets can't? We don't know. And it's an observational science, right? So we observe planets. We observed Mercury went retrograde 3,000 fucking years ago, and everybody noticed that when that shit happens, when Mercury looks like it's casting a shadow, because it's not actually casting a shadow, but when it
Yeah.
looks like it, everybody loses their goddamn mind. And it wasn't until like the 17th century with Isaac Newton that astronomy and astrology got separated. But for a hot minute there, because I mean, astrology started back in like 3 BC with Babylon and Mesopotamia and all of that, right? Back when they only knew planets up to Saturn existed. Traditional astrology people, shout out to y'all. Like, but and so, yeah, it was going on for centuries before astrology and astronomy got separated. So, yeah, that's what I tell to the respectful ones, but to the disrespectful ones who are like, you need to seek help, or you need to do this, or that's just not true. You're obviously in the wrong space and you don't agree. So let me just help you out and show you the door.
Don't let the door hit you where the dog should have bit you.
Amen.
See you later. Like, oh, you need Jesus. You need, you can do everything.
Bless your
It's
sweet,
not fair to say that to people
no,
when they're
but I do. Bless your sweet summer child heart. You, for some reason, got the impression of me that I'm supposed to give a fuck. That's my bad. Let me fix that for you real quick. Have I said that shit to somebody? Yes, yes, I fucking have. I'm from Alabama. Right.
well, I just, what do you wish that the skeptics understood about astrology then? Just what you said, or the like?
I wish they would understand that if you want to be skeptical about something, that's fine. Whatever gets your rocks off, right? But astrology helps people, and just because you believe in it doesn't make it any less valid for somebody else. I could say that
Right.
Christianity is invalid based on the atrocities it's done over the last few centuries, but do I do that? No, because I mind my motherfucking business. I wish y'all would do the same.
You heard it here first, or second, or third. I'm sure you've said it enough on your lives and on your page. Um, let's see. Well, we got a little heavy right there.
We, I,
Let's lighten it up.
for me, that's actually not that heavy.
Well, I mean, I try to keep it, like, cute, light, airy, inclusive,
Ooh,
fun,
I love that.
nerdy.
I love that.
So, so let's do those, like, remember those quick questions?
I remember some of
I have
them.
lightning round.
I remember
Okay.
some of them. Let's do it.
Okay. Let's do it. Favorite zodiac sign?
Virgo.
Okay. Most misunderstood sign?
Scorpio.
Okay. Favorite moon phase?
Cancer.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee for damn sure.
That's right. I can't live without my coffee. Tarot or astrology?
Oh, that's hard. Um, Astrology for sure. If I had to give up one or the other tomorrow, I give up tarot. So astrology.
Okay. Crystal you always reach for?
Obsidian.
Yeah, girl. One word to describe Mercury retrograde.
Annoying.
Annoying, but you gotta live through it. You gotta live through it.
Agreed.
Uh, horror movie that you'd survive.
Oh shit. With dysautonomia, none of them. But before my dysautonomia, I feel like I could like survive child's play because listen, like you might stab me in the ankle, but I'm kicking you across the yard. So like and then I gotta run and start. Like,
You could do it. Let's see. Horror movie you definitely wouldn't survive, but you said a lot of them.
a lot of
Why?
them, but I dysautonomia. My heart rate
Oh,
goes high. But before then,
oh.
I definitely don't think I would survive Texas Chainsaw Massacre at all. I would be the one that tripped up the stairs. I would be the one that fell. Like that would be me. Mm.
Don't go up the stairs.
And that's why I would die in Texas Chainsaw Massacre because I would go up the stairs.
Let's see. Any more horror movies that live rent free in your head?
Chucky.
Chucky. Any movies that live rent free in your head?
Ooh. There's a few. Honestly, right now, and it's because my daughter's birthday is tomorrow, but Elemental.
Oh,
I love that movie.
sorry. Right now we're watching Project Hail Mary, and I'm saying that.
Oh,
Sorry,
I
I
just
don't know.
watched that movie. I love that movie. My son got me
Yeah,
onto that.
my kids and my husband fell asleep because we put it on pretty late. I mean, it's summer vacation, and we only got about 52 minutes into the movie. I turned it off because I wanted to share it with the rest of them. But what we watched, I loved. So
Wh-
it's so cute.
Have you seen the Rock Spider yet, Rocky? Okay, then I won't ruin it for you.
Okay, okay, I'll be quiet. Okay, sorry. Oh, what is something that society often labels as dark that you think deserves more compassion?
Honestly, the ATR religions. Um, I feel like people make wild assumption about the ATRs because of things like animal sacrifice and things of that nature, even though that exists in white people witchcraft too. But what they don't realize about these religions is they treat those animals with dignity and respect. They're so well fed. They are so well taken care of. They are so loved. And the way they go out is pretty merciful, actually. It's not like they're like hacking and sawing at it like some Jason Aldean shit, right?
Mhm,
They're
mhm,
it's a
mhm.
very spiritual practice. It's a very and I don't know much about it because again, 8 by 11. But from what I have heard from people of the 8 I'm like and from the 8 I'm listening like I heard 8 by 11 from a black woman named Jazz and that shit was the funniest shit I've ever heard and I've been saying it since. Like but like from what I've heard from people in ATRs, it's a very sacred thing. It's very like those animals are loved and their practices are loved and those practices run deep and they get demonized to hell and back and I don't think that's fair. I think that people should listen to people in the practice and hear what they have to say and actually use that instead of whitewashing it. That would be great.
Okay, that's wonderful. I have well, I'm Puerto Rican and Filipino. So there's a lot of people that I know personally that practice Santeria. You know what I mean? And there's some ritualistic sacrifice of their animals in that religion, and and people demonize even like voodoo. only because of what they see in the movies, when really it's a very healing practice. And that's like, I feel like isn't voodoo and santeria and there's something else and it's on the tip of my
Voodoo.
tongue, but I can't. Hoodoo, yeah, those types of practices. There's a lot of like fear associated with them. But when you really start to study them and the whys and the hows and the who's it's, the what's it's, and you actually like take the time to read or talk to people about their religion, it's really beautiful.
I agree
You know what I
wholeheartedly.
mean?
And I feel like it's a practice that deserves to be respected and revered
Mhm,
from a
mhm,
distance
mhm.
if you look like me, but respected and revered. And yeah, no, I feel like they deserve more hype and I feel like they deserve more airtime than what they get in a positive conversation. So that's why I brought them up. And like, I was just actually, believe it or not, before I even got on this podcast, I was watching a person who practices ATRs, and that's where that came from. And it just makes me sad how religions are demonized, especially because of racism, because that's exactly what they're demonized for and
It's,
why.
well, it's exactly what it is. I mean, and some of those practices were born well, in the United States were born out of necessity because they didn't want to lose themselves. They didn't want to lose the spirit of who they were because some master or some slave owner took them into their homes and told them that they couldn't practice their religion, which is the only thing that they had. So they had to adapt, and in and of itself is beautiful. You know what I mean?
That part.
But it does look scary when because then the slave owner was on the outside, not knowing what the hell was going on. He wasn't able to control that, and I think that's beautiful too.
I agree.
So
And when they couldn't control it, they decided to steal it. And that part is why we have the problem of white people trying to use sage and summon Papa Legba and live, laugh, toaster bath. And all this other stuff. Like no, I'm serious. If you haven't heard that
white
story,
people doing what?
yeah, like if you haven't heard that story of the girl who had a toaster fall into her bathtub because she summoned Papa Legba, look that shit up. That shit's real.
Oh my god, I would never. You have to have, spirit feels that too. That you say things that like you say like you're looking at things from a distance as a person of
Mayo
white
mayo packet
European
mayo
heritage.
mayo packet complexion. Yep.
Yes, yes. But at least you know enough not to mess with things you don't know. You're not opening up the books and reading the incantations out loud without knowing. You know what I mean? You're sitting there and you have the respect and you pay homage to what that means, and that's something that delivers the same respect from spirit and from the people that practice those religions. I was talking to a wonderful sweet friend of mine, and her religion is santeria. And another thing that's happening just on social media, speaking about ATR religions, people are sharing way too much of their practice, things that are closed, things that shouldn't be shared on social media. Like they're showing their altars, they're showing when they're doing their ritual sacrifices, they're showing and also, well, there's a lot of charlatanism happening where they say that they'll initiate you for whatever money, and then it's a whole mess. And she says that it's very sad because they're prolonging the demonizing of their religion.
In the words of my good buddy and longtime astrology buddy, CD and the Players, if you haven't looked him up, you should find a priest. He says it so much cooler than I do, right? But yeah, find a priest. For whatever religion you're practicing, I don't know the names of any of them, but I know there are priests involved who can like do stuff and tell you like, yes, you can, or back the fuck up. So I would find one of those and try that, right? But yeah, I feel go through the proper channels. Make sure you're
Mhm.
respecting the religion. And if somebody tells you no, no means no, stop means stop, don't do it means don't do it.
I think if we all minded each other's business, again, this must be the theme. If we all minded each other's own business and had like just common respect, it would be good.
I agree wholeheartedly.
We wouldn't run into half the problems that we have in the world today, or even on, on social media, blah, blah, blah. Well, social media, that's a whole different thing because it's good for some things, but it's bad for others.
I agree.
Um, so if you could, let's wait, hold on. So what brings you peace then in this crazy world?
My husband just got this for me. It's a little candle holder.
How your husband is what brings you peace. Look at that beautiful candle holder. Do
Mm-hmm.
some ASMR. Go ahead.
Right.
ASMR with the nails. That's beautiful candle. Listen.
But my husband brings me peace, yes. He and I have been married for 16 years. He's my Chan man, he's my Shuggy Boogie. He makes me incredibly happy. Like, he is my grounding rock when the world gets too loud and too big and too much. He's do- I could talk about him for the entirety of this podcast. Like, um, he, we met when we were babies and we grew up together.
How old were you? Like baby babies?
Like 18 or 19.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Our brains hadn't even developed yet.
I know. I love that. Was it in school or?
We met in the Navy. We both were
Oh, yes.
intelligence specialists, and he was sitting out on a smoke deck, and this is my Leo Venus coming into play. He was talking to another girl, setting up a date. And I looked at him, I said, "You can
Yeah.
stop talking to her." I didn't even know like who the fuck he was talking to. I just said, "You can stop talking to her because your future wife's arrived." 16 years later, baby, what up?
Wow, I wish I had some of your moves.
Oh, that was fake it till you make it for damn sure.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Well, I'm married, but I should have used that. Instead, my husband ran away from me because he was too shy to tell me that he liked me. And then I don't know what happened. Then
That's
we
a
just
cute
ended up together.
that's a cute love story though when you don't know and it's just you have one little detail and you're like, I don't know how the fuck we got here. We just got here and we've been
We
vibing
just
ever
got
since.
here. Well, it's a longer story, but I'm here to talk about you and your love story.
Hmm.
And so what's something you're completely obsessed with right now, besides your husband and that cool candle and the cool dog?
Honestly, it's small, but this is my Legend of Zelda coffee cup.
Oh, I love Zelda.
My husband got it for me from GameStop. So linking back to the hubs, like,
Link.
um, exactly. And honestly, this is he has the matching one on his left hand.
Always see it. I'm like, is that a Triforce? Is this a Triforce of power or wisdom?
Wisdom and his courage.
I love that. Woo! My husband and I, there's a tattoo festival, so we're trying to figure out if we're gonna.
You should. You definitely should. And you could put witchy shit into it. Mm-hmm.
Sigils.
Uh-huh. Like
Mm-hmm.
bees.
Ooh, what is that?
So this says, best it is for man's words to seek peace when possible. And that's in Elder Futhark runes. And it's Skull and Hattie chasing the sun and moon underneath Yggdrasil or above Yggdrasil that ends in a lotus flower because lotus flowers can grow in mud and can grow in like the most adverse conditions that you think they couldn't grow, something beautiful spawns out of it. and the tree is like super old and super tattered. You can't see it for shit, but I'm trying. Like maybe if I do it this way.
I see it.
Yeah, it's old and
Uh,
it's tattered, and that's my story. Like I've been through hell and back, and I have conquered things that would kill most people. And I'm still here and I'm still breathing. So I got it tattooed on me, and I used to have a really bad anger problem. I used to be very loud. I used to be very like in your face. And don't get it twisted, I still can be, right? Try Jesus for your mama. However, like I have tried really hard to find peace within myself, within my words. And that is where you see the person you see on your screen every day on TikTok from. Because I used to be very angry and I used to be very sad.
you, you used to be very angry and very sad.
Mhm.
I do not see that in you at all.
20,
Actually, what I do see is a lot of strength
yeah,
and a lot to what people like me could aspire to. Because a lot of times I do not feel like I belong in the spaces where I tread. And I tend to hold back a lot until I tend to hold back a lot until I'm more comfortable. And then I'll dip my toe in. I'm often unsure of myself. And one of the things that I love about you and I love about your channel and the way that you speak and your website and just everything about you is that you are so sure of yourself and you're confident and you're a girl's girl and you don't make any bones about it. And also you're one of the first to say, "Hey, I'm not perfect, but I do X, Y, and Z or X, Y, and Z and here's why." You back that shit up.
right.
So that's what I love about you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. This tripod is going to be like the death of me. Um, so, first of all, who says you don't belong in those spaces?
Exactly. It's all in my noggin.
If there's a king or queen of those spaces, I'm gonna need them to come see me because, like, whoa, I'm the queen. I'm the queen of keeping your astrology simple. Who the fuck are you? Like, and if I said that you can do it, then you can do it, unless it's closed to you, and then you probably shouldn't because spirits. But all the other shit that's open, you can do it. You pay taxes, right? Cool. You pay that internet bill, right? Cool. Then do it.
If you like it, do it.
Exactly. You only live once.
Gosh, no, I don't think the kids say YOLO anymore, but
Yo,
whatever.
YOLO, fuck it.
So, if you could leave my or our listeners with one piece of wisdom or guidance, then what would that be?
Fear is nothing more than your body telling you excitement in a way that is comprehensible to you. Do it scared. Don't be afraid to chase your dreams. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there because you never know who needs to hear your voice. You are special. You are unique. You are a blend of so many different people and different spaces and different energies. And you walk with those people within you, your ancestors. And you, your ass looks great. So don't ever forget that shit. And be the baddie or the sir baddie or the they them baddie that you always have been and you always will.
I love that. I love that. And that you said my ass looks great. I love that too.
Yeah.
Probably more than you want to know. Anyway, so I just, I want I'd like to know that what you'd say if someone listening has never explored anything about astrology, anything about tarot before. Is it tarot or tarot? Because I've heard somebody say tarot and I thought that was weird.
That is
But
weird. It's tarot.
okay, tarot before because I'm like tarot, tarot. Anyway, what's one thing you'd encourage them to be curious about?
All of it.
All
Question,
of it.
question everything. Ask why.
And also, what do you think about tarot and kids? Should people
I let my
just
kids
like
I let my kids use it, and my son can read the pants off you, and he's 16, right?
amazing?
My daughter, she doesn't jive with tarot, but she jives with astrology in the scientific way. Like
Okay.
sun sign astrology, all that shit, no. But if you start talking about out of bounds and the science of like the celestial equator and how you get delineations and all that other stuff, she's like, tell me more.
Very good. So, yeah, so you think it's cool if a parent wants to get their children's charts read?
Absolutely, right? I feel like that's a fantastic way to get to know your children. And doing a synastry chart between you and your kid will teach you how to interact with your child and honestly why your child works your nerves. Because let's be real, mom to mom, like we know that you want to hide in the bathroom sometimes. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes it's okay to feel like you don't want to be a mom. Sometimes it's okay that you just want to live your best life. Sometimes it's okay to question why did I have these heathen ass kids? And like I feel like mom spaces need to talk about that more, but we're not going to talk about that here. I just
Well, we could. I mean, it's Momster Mash after all.
right. I
But you
definitely
might have stuff to do.
right. I feel that I do. As unfortunate as it is, I have to eat because I haven't eaten all day today except for breakfast and snack chips. Listen,
Starving.
yeah. But like at the end of the day, if you want to bond with your children, find whatever way you can do that. There is nothing wrong with bonding with your kids. And if you want to use astrology and tarot to do that, then do it. Who gives a fuck?
That's great. I believe the same thing. I completely agree with you. I might hit you up for, my two little Piscean children over there and see, and my Scorpio husband. I don't know how that happened. Anyway,
Feel free. I would love
I'm
to
gonna
read
hit
your
you up
family
and then
chart.
yeah, I'll hit you up and then you'll come back and or maybe we can talk about it on your podcast, which is coming
Ooh.
out in August.
August 12th, the day of the eclipse, baby.
Oh, we're right now we're talking on 7/7 portal. I think that's
Ooh,
something, right?
that
Isn't
is
that
that is something. Like for numerology purposes, and when it comes to the portals, the 8-8 portal always confused me because the star Regulus, which is what it's based off of, is at 29 degrees Leo, and normally like it's based on a fixed star, and
Mhm.
it never happens when Regulus is it never happens at 29 degrees Leo. So I'm just like, why is this a thing? But whatever. I don't judge. I feel like if you put power into it, and numerology has lots of power over the centuries. So I feel like if the 7-7 portal is important to you, the 8-8 portal, the 12-12 portal, the 4-4 portal, I don't give a fuck what portal it is. I feel like if that portal is special to you, then you use that portal.
Okay, I don't know. I don't know what 7/7 portal is. Somebody said that today. I was like, okay. I was like, I just liked that it was Tuesday and we're both free. So
Right.
thank you, Mars, for being open today. Um, I guess. Anyway, um, can you tell our listeners here where they can find you, what they can sign up for? If you've got any other, I think you had like a not a sale. What am I calling it? A special running or
I have
anything like that?
specials. I have specials. I have newsletters. I have all kinds of things. So listen.
Tell me about it.
If you go to www.spiritually-southern.com, right, you can find all of my information. You can find my link tree, which has all of my socials. It has my scheduling page. It has all kinds of things. If you look at my shop, it's got my guides. If you look at schedule a reading with Astro, it has my readings. It has my reviews. If you sign up for my newsletter there, you get cool coupons that are only exclusive to my Stars and Loomies crew. And yeah, I've got a 25% off sale right now on all of my live readings. If you use the code MercuryRX at checkout, my consultation sale just ended today. But if you sign up for my newsletter, there's a 50% off coupon in there for what? Sign up for the newsletter and find out.
I'm already part of the newsletter, so I'm gonna find out.
Then you get the special coupons that are happening. Look at you being a baddie. And that tea is hot in this letter, I'm telling you. The tea is hot for the
Ooh.
next week in astrology. The tea is hot.
Well, you know that I live in the mornings. I always look to your, how's the stars gonna fuck up your day, and use that to my advantage. And it really works. I thoroughly enjoy your stuff. All of your
Thank you.
content. I love your newsletter. Really glad to meet you. I can't always make the lives, but
Hey,
I try to
listen,
make
you're
them.
a doll. You're a doll. Whenever you can make them, you make them. And whenever you can't, you can't. That's what they're there for, just for when people can be there.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm just like, I have a rejection sensitivity. She must think that I'm such a jerk. I think all these things in my head. They're not real. But anyway,
I think you're a
um,
goddamn delight, and don't let your brain tell you any lies about me.
thank you so, so much. I'm in love with you. Yeah, I'm low key. I low key have a crush on you. But anyways,
Oh, well, thank you. I think you're cute.
I have a girl crush. A girl crush. That's why I asked you. But thank you so much for all of your information. Everybody follow Astro Queen at Astro Queen on TikTok
And
and
Instagram and Facebook
Instagram.
and YouTube. I'm everywhere. Just find me.
Okay.
Spiritually Southern
Oh,
Astro Queen.
all right. Thank you so, so much for coming on. And yeah, that's it. Have a great rest of the evening. Thanks so much. Mwah.
Mwah.
And we'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Before we go, I just want to say a huge thank you for listening or watching this episode of Momster Mash. And a special thank you to Astro Queen for sharing her time, knowledge, and wonderful energy with us. If you'd like to learn more about Astro Queen, I've linked everything about her in the description. Website, Linktree, social media, so be sure to check her out and show her some love. And if you enjoyed today's conversation, I'd love it if you'd follow Momster Mash, leave a review, and share this episode with a friend who's chasing the strange, the spooky, or the stars. Thanks for being here. Until next time, come as you are, bring your shadows, and as always, protect your energy. Bye.